Hey, this is Annrai, your B2B lead gen agency. We book calls directly on behalf of your sales team, so you spend less time on lead gen and more time talking to actual customer on a performance basis. So in this video, I'm going to show you a little experiment I run. I sent over 80K emails over 30 days that are each AI personalized. So there's a lot of hype about personalization at the moment. So we're going to see what kind of results I got. So I'm going to give you the full process, the full results, and then how you could potentially do this also for yourself inside your company. That being said, let's get into it. So start with a few numbers. Like I mentioned, around September, we sent 79,700 emails sent. Out of this, we got 103 positive replies. So that is one positive reply for each 773 emails sent. We got 50 meetings booked. So 50% of the positive replies resulted into meeting booked. And we closed around 8%. So in terms of like ratio and conversion, so like I said, it's one out of 773 person contacted or email sent got a positive reply. 50% of the meetings of the positive replies resulted into meetings. And then we closed roughly around 16% of the meetings we had. And that does not take into account people who were unqualified. And also we're still closing meetings today. So it might more be around 20% of closing in terms of ratio. If you're thinking these conversion numbers are pretty low, maybe, but in the end, we're still doing big amounts like signing 8 clients per month and over 15 meetings a month. It's still a lot, even though we have to contact 700 person to get a meeting booked. It doesn't matter because we're doing so much volume at the end of the day. Even if your conversion is low, we're just beating the outcome. We're just like beating like let's say like the competition just because we're doing so much volume. So personalization plus volume is the way to go. This is a few like proof that we actually like got these results. So if you check this, it should exactly result into this number. Ask ChatGPT to add the number. So I'd say it's correct. Fair for the amount of meeting booked. So now the actual question is how do we do that and how you could get similar results and how I kind of thought about the strategy and the process, etc. But what you want to think of is, first of all, what should I automate? Because people say we use AI inside of email. Where is the AI actually used? Is it inside of like the scripts we use? Is it like calling person automatically? Is it automatically detecting people and then adding them to the campaign, etc.? In our case, when we're talking about AI personalization, it's mostly personalizing the email, like the script inside the email. This is the best use case I have found so far. To give you an actual example of a company we actually signed. So I'm giving you like legit example. This is an email we sent, and when I talk about personalization, it's this first line right here. So if we go about the full email, greeting Tejas, I noticed that you provide a reliable drop shipping marketplace for online retailers to source products effortlessly and automate the process. If we could help you generate sales flows on a performance basis with new and experienced online retailers, would you be open to discussing this? This is personalized, saying like, hey, I noticed this is what you do, and this is personalized about this is who you're looking to get in contact with. And so this is the exact email we sent to 80,000 person, and each person receives a different first line. So if we check inside the Clay, Clay is the tool we use. So you can think of Clay if you don't know it. It's a Google Sheet, but you can just connect it with ChatGPT. So all of the data you have inside of a board can be instantly connected with other tools like enrichment, like ChatGPT, just so you don't have to change tools all of the time. It makes it super easy to have a database and then just make the most out of this database. So, for example, this is the lead we were talking about, Avasam. So if we check this is what it done. But if this is the exact thing I was talking about. So here's how it looks like in the backend. So this is the email I sent. You can see, I noticed you provided reliable drop shipping. Here, I noticed you provided reliable drop shipping. But for example, if we take someone completely as random, it will be, I noticed that you focus on high quality, sustainable source teas that prioritize ethical sourcing and environmental responsibility. So each person receives something that is completely accurate to the business. You see, there's 18,000 people. If I go all the way down and take someone random, I noticed that you integrate real estate, carbon, energy, and financial data for predictive analysis. No, no. So without going too much into details in the text thing, The reason we like what we're actually trying to do with this is that you want to think, okay, if I can write the perfect email to this person, what would I say? And I know in my case, I would probably say, I've been on your website, I notice what you do. Now, if I could drive you more meetings with your ICPs that are looking for your service, would you be interested in a call? Because let's say the first layer of sending emails for your outbound is, hey, I noticed you're a B2B company. I imagine you're looking to book more calls. If I can help you book more calls on a performance basis, would you be interested in talking? Good offer, but super commoditized. Everybody received this. Step two is, hey, uh, hey, I can help you book more meetings with CFO looking for your services. Would you be interested in talking? So this is level two of personalization. You're mentioning the target of the script. Then the level three of personalization is, hey, notice you run a lead gen agency. If I could book you more companies with B2B companies looking for lead gen services, would you be interested in talking? And this is where it's super personalized. Like, hey, notice this is what you do. We can help you be the middleman between your service and people who have their problem. This is where people actually like answer your email and say like, wow, this is exactly what we need. Let's jump on a call. I think this is the reason why it works pretty well. To give you the prompt we use, so as a, like an input, etc., we have 18,000 people. All of this data is based on the website. So what we do is that here. So we need the website for this to work. So Clay, which is like ChatGPT, basically goes on the website and then we ask him identify their value proposition and their B2B target audience. Then write a sentence like, I noticed that you value proposition. So for example, I noticed that you run a lead gen agency. If we can help you generate calls on a performance basis with their targets that ChatGPT has identified before, would you be open to discussing this? And then we just give a few stuff that we, after like running this 10 times, you're going to realize like a few patterns, a few issues, like maybe he forgot to jump a line, maybe he used a word that is weird, like for example, like enhance, optimize, boost, like these kind of like ChatGPT words. So this is why we give him like some more additional information. The copy should remain simple, concise, natural to present their value proposition. It should not be overly generic, blah, blah, blah. Always give an output. This is super important. I realized that each time I give an output of the exact result I'm looking for, it just makes everything better because then you can just copy paste the structure and adapt it to what you're giving. So this is mostly the way we kind of look about it. So we go on the website, we analyze, and then we do personalization. So and this is really what you need to understand about personalization because a lot of people, when we talk, like during sales calls, we talk about personalization is like, it doesn't work, it's fluffy, etc. Personalization only works if it's relevant. In our case, we're using personalization to make our offer more relevant. As we have a good offer, is just if we personalize it to the company's ICP and their need, it makes it so much better. But on the back on like another example, if you say this is the I don't want to like mention the person, but I think this is an email I received like a few days ago. It's like, hey Henri, the paper model I reach up is a really sharp angle. So here very personalized because he's noticed my business model, which is pay per call model. So obviously this is personalized. Not everybody sends this. So I'm like, okay, interesting. And then he says, curious is the heaviest lift building out the SDR system to actually deliver those calls for your client. And here, so there's this first line, which is personalized. He talks about the business model, and then he goes with something that has basically nothing to do with my pay per call model. So this is why it's not super relevant. It's like people saying like, "Hey, I noticed you changed job in the last 6 months. If we could help you like clean your company every Wednesday for an hour and a half without any engagement, would you be interested in talking?" He's like, yeah, good job about personalizing the email, but it doesn't make your offer more relevant. Whereas if you say like, hey, notice you're hiring at the moment a CFO, we could help you handle all of your finance with a part-time CFO that is available 1 to 3 days a week, and which is way cheaper than a full-time hire. Would you be interested in having discussion? So here's like, we notice you have this problem, and we have the solution. This is why I'm contacting you. So the personalization should really be a justification of why you're targeting the person, and this is where it comes natural. It feels very smooth, and people like it, and they are actually open to book a call with you. So if you would like us to build this exact Clay workflow, I'll show you what everything is included in our paper model pricing. So We'll ask for a block list, so actual clients and partners we should not contact, so we don't contact those. We'll build for you, if you don't have one, a synchronized calendar with using a tool like Hotspot or Calendly. We'll set up all of the email infrastructure. We'll configure all the sending inbox, dedicated IP, SPF, DKIM, DMARC using our own tool. We'll connect all of the inboxes to the tool. We'll warm up all of the emails to have good deliverability. If ever there's an issue with deliverability, it will be our responsibility to switch your inboxes and buy new ones. We will find leads lists for you based on what you tell us and verify them. We will propose you high converting scripts based on all of the meetings we generate every single month, between 50 to 100 per month. We know what structure works. We'll just adapt it to your offer. We'll launch the campaign via our own outbound tool. We'll manage all of the replies. We'll respond to leads. We'll call positive leads to book meetings directly in your calendar. We'll disqualify unqualified leads if needed. And then on top of that, every week you'll get a weekly report. You get notification about the meetings we booked. You'll get monthly calls to get feedback on the meetings you booked. And you'll have a custom success manager that is assigned to your account that basically can answer any of your questions within 24 hours. Everything, all of this is included. So if you'd be interested in having a quick call to see if we could do this for you, feel free to book a call using the first link below. It'll just be a few minutes. I'll ask a few questions about your sales acquisition at the moment to see if we can help you out. And yeah, best case scenario, you just leave the information, the call with a bunch of free information. That being said, I wish you a good day. See you soon. Ciao.